Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. As promised in the daily financial news, we have the three amigos. What you're going to look for every Thursday is the three amigos. We're going to take on your topics, your questions. And we actually got one that I just wanted to address specifically. And I'm going to let
Mike,
Dion ask
before you go on, I want to kind of derail you.
Okay.
And your topic's important. Maybe we can get to it in number 2, the second video today. But I would like to come and visit you in California at some point. But one of the main reasons why I moved to Washington and left California and told all my friends, if you ever want to see me again, you're going to have to come to Washington. Even told my mom, if you want me at your funeral, you're going to have to come and die here. One of the main reasons I won't go back is your governor.
I love it.
I'll make a deal with you. If we can work together to help get rid of him and get somebody in office like Meet Kevin, then I will absolutely come and hang out with you. But can you tell me, you live in California still?
Yep.
So props to you. But what are your thoughts on Meet Kevin? You think he's got a shot? I mean, I love his policies, but give me your opinion.
Yeah, so I've actually thought about this a lot. I think I did a video like 45 days ago or so when he announced, and I gave him my support. And I said, hey, I love it. Do your thing. And so the first thing I want to say is he is absolutely, without question, going to impact this race. I am in California. I will get a ballot shortly. I believe he will be the only listed Democrat. That is interesting. The reason that is because our existing governor, who is a liar, a cheat, and a dictator, didn't follow the rules and can't list that he's a Democrat. So Meet Kevin Paffrath, which is, I think, how he's going to show up on the ballot, is Kevin Paffrath, not Meet Kevin. So there's a lot of things I want people to hear on this. In this YouTube world where Kevin has 1 million followers, if you're in California, you need to hear these things. First off, he's going to impact the race. California, without question, is a deep blue state. I don't know what the percentages are, but there will be a significant amount that vote Kevin because he is the only D on the ballot, D being Democrat. That's going to hurt, right? That is going to take away votes from the other guy who, again, didn't follow the rules. And, oh, by the way, tried to once again say the rules don't apply to him because he's special, looks good in a camera and has a good vocabulary, right? I call him the pretty boy, but he lost. Thank goodness. The rules do apply to everyone. And so, yes, Kevin is going to impact the race. I just read an article today, I think it was on Politico or something, that of the 47 or 49 people running, Kevin is in the lead, right? He has 29% from memory. Then there's another Republican that's in the 20s, I think 21 or 22. So again, you never know how big these surveys are. All of them are biased, so I don't trust a lick of them. But the fact that Kevin's not in the middle of the pack, interesting, right? Interesting to me. So first and foremost, I applaud him. I've actually got to interview him once. I thought he was a great, humble guy. I think he would be great for the state. I think he's going to impact the race because he'll remove votes from the other guy. I don't know if he can win. I suspect we've only got like 6 weeks left. I suspect one thing that happens is the Republicans will get behind one person, and that person will get just enough. But Kevin's going to show up. He's going to be on the list of the top 3. And he could win, right? If the Republicans stay splintered, God, Kevin could take it. Kevin could win.
One of the things that to me seems very evident and very clear is when Kevin puts out his videos on his policy ideas, is that smart Republicans will get behind one person. They'll just be behind Kevin.
Yeah, you know what? I actually said this in his interview. I thought Kevin, because he actually put out, I follow him on Twitter too. I follow him everywhere I can. On Twitter, he said, should I file as a Democrat or a Republican? And initially I looked at his policies. I'm like, if you're not a Republican, I don't know who you are, because what the hell is this? And then he goes Democrat. And I'm like, dude, that's a genius chess move. Because even two months ago, I'm like, dude, worst case, he takes 5% from Newsom and the Republicans got a shot. Now I think he's going to take 10 or 15% because Newsom can't follow the rules, and he's not even going to be a listed Democrat. So yeah, I think all of Kevin's policies are Republican. He's just, you can call yourself whatever you want. He's called himself a Democrat, and he might steal this thing. It might go down as one of the biggest political maneuvers when he really has a shot. And if you had asked me 2 months ago, I would have said he has an impact. He'll hurt Newsom, but he won't win. I'm to the point where I'm going to call him top 3, and he's coming on strong. But I got to tell people that watch this, one of the reasons, and I want to say this, and hopefully people in California hear with the intent it is made. My goal is to inspire you to get off your ass and actually vote. A lot of the people that Kevin speaks to are of legal age to vote, but they don't get off their ass. They make a lot of noise. They cheer him on in YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, and then they do bupkis. This is your time. If you want to get, a millennial, which I believe Kevin is because he's 29 and younger than my daughter, which shocks me. If you want a millennial to be the governor of California, the millennials watching this that are registered to vote in California, get off your ass and vote. Because if you don't, some stupid baby boomer or Gen Xer is going to do it, and it's going to be your fault. Kevin is going to win because millennials show up. Kevin is going to lose because millennials don't show up. Millennials are the largest age group. If they show up, Kevin wins. History says you go to the bar, you do something else, and you don't show up. And that's going to be a huge disappointment. It's going to be a huge disappointment. Kevin should win this because he's speaking to the millennials, but I have no faith that you all will show up. Prove me wrong. I would love to see Newsom go and Kevin come in, but history says you all won't show up.
The thing that I would like millennials to understand is why the reason I would vote for Kevin if I was in California. The idea with politics is a business owner should be in politics to put rules in place that impact the business and the business's customers. And then that person should get out of politics and have to live by the rules they created.
Yes, please.
Newsom is in office making rules that have effects on everybody. And who cares? Because the office is his life, not the state.
Well, let's be very clear. I believe there are certain people that shouldn't be in politics. One of them are liars. Gavin Newsom has lied repeatedly. One of the ones that pulls at people's heartstrings is he asked all the California government employees to take a pay cut. And he promised to take the pay cut himself. It sounds good. He looks good on camera, but the cheap ass bastard never did. Just never did. He's a liar. Second, how many times can somebody have a rule passed and not follow it because he doesn't think the rules apply to him? Indoor dining did that. Groups of this did that. No masks did this. Sent his kids to camps with no masks did that. Had his kids go to school when other kids couldn't go to school. He is such a piece of, he is bad. And then of course, he's a cheat. He is a cheat. He is such a bad cheat. He is willing to sleep with his best friend's wife. What else do you need to know? I mean, strike 3, gotta go. Let's give someone else a chance. So that's what I think. I hope Kevin wins, but millennials better show up.
Hey, I want your beep button to be ready, Mike, but I want to hear what Matt has to say.
Just from an outsider's perspective, I've read all of Meet Kevin's stuff. It's all extremely fiscally conservative, which I think honestly would instantly make California a top 5 economy in the world. I mean, the things that, if you own a house, you should vote for Kevin. If you pay taxes, you should vote for Kevin. If you own investment property, you should vote for Kevin. If you own a small business, you should vote for Kevin. If you like common sense, you should vote for Kevin. If you hate liars, cheats, you should vote for Kevin because he's neither of those things based on all the things that I've seen in his transparency. I mean, Does Gavin Newsom sit there on a monthly basis and show you exactly how much money he's earning? Bet you he doesn't. Does he show you all the deals he's in? Bet you he doesn't. And so I just think that this is a time now where, you know, you can get younger people in office. Just because you're young doesn't mean you're stupid. Just
No.
because you're young doesn't mean you're inexperienced. He's got plenty of experience. He understands how things work. He has that next level intelligence where he's likely the guy who got punched in high school, but he's absolutely the guy that should be in office because he's got ideas that will create economies of scale, unbelievable amounts of revenue, all the natural resources that California has, and it's only the number 9 economy in the world. Are you joking? It's a tech capital literally of the world. You guys got more coastline than you know what to do with. I mean, all of these things that are natural resources and business and economics because of some things that fell right before these crazy policies were in place. I mean, you want to keep on losing tech companies to Texas, keep doing what you're doing. You want to keep on losing jobs. And quite frankly, Mike, the thing that I'm most concerned about is most of the people just use the pandemic as the reason to say, I'm finally done with California. I'm a conservative. I'm out. And so hopefully there's still enough people behind that say, you know what, we need to have a change because where did all the surplus go from all these crazy tax windfalls? You think you're going to have this massive shortage. Then you have what, like a $10 billion or something?
Oh, it's like 50 billion.
Yeah, $50 billion surplus when you thought you were going to have a $10 billion loss. If someone's that bad at math, Gavin Newsom and his entire crew, you probably need somebody that's better at math. And that's only going to come from a guy who actually runs his own business. And that's what I've always said. Businessmen need to be more prominent in the government because they understand that you can't just print more money and that you need to do things right that make it self-sustainable.
Yeah. The last thing I will say is if you pay taxes in California, you want to vote for Kevin. And again, folks, don't look for Meet Kevin on the ballot. It will be Kevin Paffrath.
Yep.
All right. So look for.
One more thing about Kevin is if you're looking at who to vote for your governor of your state, you should want somebody who loves the state.
Yes.
Kevin Paffrath and Graham Stephan both have YouTube channels that generate millions of dollars. Graham Stephan is great. I love his content, but he's smart. He moves to Arizona,
Nevada.
to Nevada.
Las
He moves to
Vegas,
Vegas, buys a house for free because he's saving over $300,000 a year in taxes by leaving California. Kevin Paffrath goes, I'm going to stay and I'm going to fix it. That's the guy you want in office.
Totally
Heck yeah.
agree.
Heck
Again,
yeah.
folks, I want him to win. I would like nothing more. I think at a minimum, he injures Gavin, which is frankly a start for me. But he's going to win or lose based on how many millennials show up and actually vote, in my opinion.
It's got to be the newest version of rock the vote. Get out there, people. Like
Rock the
honestly,
vote.
or in this case, rap the vote.
There you go. Well, this was
Do it.
fun. I didn't expect this kind of sharp right turn, Dion. I appreciate you interrupting or going there first. So I'm going to call this video and we're going to go back to my original thought in a minute.
Okay.
Thanks,
you.
guys.